Right.
And remember, they tried to kill me this same weekend. Not
Write and recollect that they attempted to kill me this equivalent end of the week, not in messes with a genuine firearm in my genuine face, on genuine camera. Comprehend, I'm losing my life for taking an interest in something that accompanies my work. The world was all right with it, since it was me. Paid all due respects to nobody yet God in the event that you are not Jehovah or Allah. I don't perceive your position. See, you all should plunk down for this one on the grounds that Dave Chapelle just lured into the visit and uncovered the business for attempting to unalive Feline Williams after his series of dangerous meetings where he uncovered every one of the wound things that happen in the background now. As you all definitely realize, Dave ain't new to this. The business attempted to dispose of him quite a while back when he began standing up and needed to escape to South Africa to save his life. And it seems to be even after so long, Hollywood is still on their neck on the grounds that a woman on the road is certain individuals could do without the way that Feline has been flapping his gums in each interview he's had in the beyond couple of days, and they need to quietness him for good. Makes this significantly seriously upsetting that this isn't the initial time someone in the business has attempted to quietness Feline a couple of years prior. They attempted to dispose of him by painting him out to be a furious junkie, and from that point forward, they've been attempting to take him out. Great. Like every one of my foes, all appear to be identical in the eyes. Whether it's Phaon, Wanda, Ares, Lances, they all seem to be something you got to get water sight. This is an individual pulling an entire weapon on a comic in the bounds of their work. What is happening? Disdain you that awful. Okay, so as the greater part of you all definitely realize, the roads have been humming throughout recent weeks after Feline showed up on Club Shay and spilled some significant tea about he business and uncovering enormous names like Kevin Hart, Steve Harvey, Diddy J's, and a ton of other CBS. And just to give you all a summary of the kind of stuff he uncovered, he blamed Kevin Hart for being an industry plant in case Kevin is only a mannequin who was put in the business to supplant him, since Kevin was okay adjusting to all that the business demonstration of him regardless of how wrecked it was. He said Kevin was given his own films and programs out the entryway while never investing in effort to show what him can do, and that the elites in the business explicitly did this to clear out the pertinence of Feline Williams, so Kevin would dominate and turn into the new Feline Williams in 15 years in Hollywood. Nobody in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show. There being a line for him, truly getting a wildly energetic applause at any parody club he previously had his arrangements when he arrived. Have we known about a comic that came to LA, and in his most memorable year in law, he had his own sitcom on network TV and had his own film called Soul Plan that he was driving? No, we've never known about that before. That individual or sense that individual. What do you think a plant is? Perhaps individuals don't comprehend the meanings of these words. He just did. His narrative with Chris Rock, where he shows you that his entire childhood and parody was on the East Coast, no doubt it was so. How all the while was he here in Los Angeles doing likewise? It didn't occur. It didn't work out, and I prefer not to appear as though a frivolous person for dismantling lies this moment. This isn't the initial opportunity that Feline and Kevin have gotten into it. Truth be told, only a couple of years prior, Kevin went off on Feline and blamed him for being a crackhead who picked over his vocation. Where Feline Williams comes from, you continue to point at Hollywood, this, the white man, this and this. When do you get a sense of ownership with your activities? You had the shot Feline. Was there at one point you were the person, you were positioned to be the star? You didn't appear for work, you promotion shoots your promotion trips that they had set up for you turned into a gamble to the studios, which is the reason the studios with you. For what reason was he in danger? He picked drug. Gracious. Okay, assume a sense of ownership with what you picked and say you understand what I got to fix me, and I'm going return and I'm going go to bat for satire in computer-aided design edition. Nally came for Cedric the performer and blamed him for taking one of his jokes. As per Feline, he and Cedric resolved their issues in the background, and Cedric even apologized for taking his jokes anyway when Cedric showed up on Club Shay. He denied all that and made it seem as though C was simply making stuff up. You a Feline. Feline say you took one of his jokes. Better believe it. It was ludicrous. You understand what I mean? It resembled the possibility of the joke that he was As in any event, discussing don't coordinate with no course of events bargain what this sibling is referring to. That joke is north of 30 years of age, near 30-something years old. I did the Rulers of Parody in 1999, presumably had been doing that joke 6-7 years before. That I couldn't say whether Feline was doing satire, then Cedric let you know when you asked him. Did you take Feline Williams' joke? No doubt he said it don't arrange what doesn't arrange it. This is a broadcast joke that imprint Kirk. Rye helped me punch up and get to the level that it applause music was correct. So he felt that I was only an unheard of comic and that he could take this joke and no one would realize. Right, the issue was that I had proactively done this specific joke on BET's Comic View 2 times. Right, 1998. I'm doing this joke. It's on Comic View. Cedric comes to the satire store. He watches me. In the crowd, he comes behind the stage. He lets me know what an extraordinary work I did and the amount he adores the joke. He 2 years after the fact, he's doing that as his keep going joke on the Lords of Parody, and he's doing it word for word. He's changed my vehicle into a spaceship. Reality needn't bother with inspiration. I'm trying to say I can't allow these fellows to like Cedric staying here explaining to you why. He ain't a famous actor. He here seemed to be a walrus. You didn't not say anything. He couldn't get his arms off his stomach sitting here. Why I'm not a film. What we figured out, he can't sing, can't move, and doesn't compose jokes. He did 4 parody specials. They're so terrible, Shannon. They're not accessible on Netflix or Tubi. He additionally later got down on Steve Harvey for being desirous of the late Bernie Mac computer-aided design guarantees. That Steve was a major skeptic of Bernie while he was as yet alive. Yet when he passed on, Steve took Bernie's entire style and his jokes in general and attempted to make it seem as though they were his, so individuals would find him entertaining. That man was as more clever than all of you all, and you all thought you all had one over on him. You thought he were dark and revolting and you were good looking, and he was unable to make it 'cause you did. And that ain't the manner in which satire worked. The Lord is the most interesting period without fail, and that is the reason no crowd part was at any point influenced. It didn't make any difference where Bernie went, you suppose. In the event that Bernie went first, he wasn't the Lord. Leave, get your inner self out of this. You let the best be awesome. Yet, in spite of the multitude of things that C uncovered in that interview, what truly got people talking was the point at which he uncovered Hollywood for having a plan to weaken people of color and turn them generally female. Feline uncovered this while hauling Martin Lawrence for compelling him to wear a dress in Huge Mom's Home too. Even after he had made obviously he won't wear a dress. Dark entertainers wearing dresses was an extremely well-known pattern at that point, and each dark entertainer on television was made to wear a dress sooner or later as a type of embarrassment, custom to progress into a higher degree of distinction. Tyler Perry did it, Ricky Smiley did it, Kevin Hart did it, Jamie Foxx likewise got it done, and presently they attempting to get Feline to do it too. Yet Feline isn't shaking with the BS, and he made it extremely obvious to Martin and the makers of the show that it was basically impossible that he planned to put on that dress. Martin attempted to place me in my most memorable dress. You realize we get in that office and this simpleton take out enormous Mom's Home too. I nearly kicked the bucket where this end maintained that I should get in a dress with him, and I'm in a real sense sharing with everyone. For what reason is he in a dress again? You previously played the old woman as a FBI specialist. We can play anything now. We can be playing a canine catcher.